the Dallas Mavericks are a win away from going to the finals to, in all likelihood, face the Celtics. Now, you know, um, I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but both teams are looking to basically close, their prospective opponents. I don't think I've ever seen in the history of the NBA where possibly two teams in the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference Finals swept their way to the finals. This could be history. I don't know. I would have to see. But it would be amazing if both teams completed the sweep. What can you say about the Dallas Mavericks? The Dallas Mavericks, I thought this would be a more competitive series, and it hasn't been. Dallas is just the better team right now. The Timberwolves look like they were unbeatable. They look like they was the team to beat, and then next thing you know, they struggled against the Nuggets, and they're just basically getting bullied and punked by the Dallas Mavericks. Luka and Kyrie Irving have been sensational. They said it couldn't work. They thought that you had two players that pretty much play the same position. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. Kyrie Irving, to me, just like Stephen Curry, I never saw Kyrie Irving as a point guard. I always thought Kyrie Irving was more of a two than a one. And Kyrie Irving is comfortably playing the two guard position. Kyrie Irving been balling. And this is why Kyrie Irving is going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. And I think if they pull this off and they beat the Boston Celtics, Kyrie Irving will be able to send the ultimate fuck you to everybody. It doesn't matter whether he's finals MVP as long as he finishes first. When the dust is clear and Kyrie Irving is standing alongside Luka Doncic, hoisting up the Larry O'Brien trophy, that's all that matters. You can't stop the fact that, and you cannot deny that Kyrie Irving is a first ballot Hall of Famer. He is first ballot without a shadow of a doubt. And if you say Kyrie Irving isn't the first ballot Hall of Famer, you are a damn lie. Him and Luka made it work. What is Boston going to complete collapse? Yeah, go there. Whoo! I don't even want to talk about how bad he been. I don't even want to talk about how bad he's been. He's just been like abysmal. I mean, for the most part, the Timberwolves, for the most part, they've been pretty much just manhandled. They just can't make big shots when it matters. And Anthony Edwards have been contained. I told you this series moves and goes along with Anthony Edwards, and Anthony Edwards just haven't had a good series. Listen, I will say this much. The T-Wolves, the T-Wolves may be the team to beat next year. They may be the favorite to win it all next year. This is where experience comes into play. Now that Anthony Edwards understands, and he will understand, and he will get it, he will figure it out. It happened to everybody. Now, Skip Bayless is going to go ham on Anthony Edwards, but who cares what Skip Bayless thinks? He's a cornball. He's, you know what I'm saying? He's a numbskull. He's a moron. But to become a great player can't come to you easily. Michael Jordan, he had to go through his bumps and bruises with the Boston Celtics and then the Detroit Pistons. Happened with everybody. LeBron had to figure it out. Hakeem had to figure it out. Shaquille O'Neal had to figure it out. Kobe Bryant had to figure it out. Stephen Curry, he had to figure it out. So that's what's going to make Anthony Edwards great. You got to work for it, man. And that's all it come down to. You got to work for it. Nobody's going to give it to you. You got to take it. When it, don't sit up there, soak about it. Don't sit up there and cry. Take your L like a man. Regroup. Think about next season, what you need to do next season to get right back there and get over the hump and go into the finals and win it all. And I want to say something, and I just got to keep it real. Anthony Edwards' girlfriend, that's another thing. She need to just support Anthony Edwards and stop making it about herself, wearing outfits to bring attention to herself. Sit your ass down and let Anthony Edwards be the star. Don't compete with your spouse or your significant other for attention. Because somebody got to say this, and this need to be said. I noticed in that series, I think it was Game 7, she had on this outfit. Of course, she wanted people to be like, look at me, look at me. Don't make this about you. Don't be a distraction. Sit your ass down, okay? Nobody's coming to see you. Nobody cares about you. Don't be a distraction. Let it be about Anthony Edwards. I just got to say it. And I know some of these feminists and some of these women will be mad at me, but it just need to be me. Don't sit up there outfit to where everybody's talking about you. Oh, Anthony Edwards' girlfriend. Because that's showing me that you clout chasing and that you are attention seeking. Just be the girlfriend and be with it. If it isn't the next game, it'll be probably the game after that. I don't see listen, no team in the history of the Western Conference Finals have came back from 3 down to win a series. Now, they may just play to extend their season and try to play a dignity game, basically not to, get swept. And the same thing will happen with the Pacers. And the sad part about it is Minnesota could easily be up 2 games to 1. But they just down the stretch, they couldn't play good basketball and they couldn't make key shots. And that's why they're in the position that they're in. And all praises to the Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks have been great. And you know what? I got to keep it 100. At the end of the day, I am secretly rooting for, Jason Kidd, because, as you guys know, Jason Kidd is from Oakland, California. Shout out to Jason Kidd. So to a certain degree, this is redemption for Jason Kidd, because keep in mind, Jason Kidd then got removed from, you can make an argument he got unfairly fired and, or prematurely fired. So shout out to Jason Kidd, man. I got a root for the hometown kid, Jason Kidd. What about the Knicks? Listen, Kyrie Irving. I'm gonna say this about Kyrie Irving. I'm pretty sure that Kyrie Irving is holding it in. I'm pretty sure Kyrie Irving is motivated too. He might be motivated like, you know what? I'm gonna help Luka get over the hump. I don't think Kyrie Irving at this point, he cares about winning Finals MVP. I don't think he cares about winning Western Conference Finals MVP. If at the end of the day, if Luka gets it, no argument for me. See, here's the thing about Luka. Luka has, you know what I'm saying? Luka has earned every accolade that he will get. He's earned it. He's earned it. He's worked for it. And it was cool to see Dirk there, seeing the legend Dirk. I think Dirk may officially pass the torch to Luka as being the new face of the Dallas Mavericks. But at the end of the day, make no mistake, and this needs to be said, Dallas would not be where they are if Kyrie Irving wasn't there. They would not be where they are if Kyrie Irving wasn't there. And that's real talk. I think to a certain degree, Kyrie Irving, he's he's a class act, but I'm pretty sure in the back of his mind, he wanna, you know, should they get it done versus the Boston Celtics, I'm sure Kyrie Irving want to tell everybody, everybody that talk bad about me, everybody that basically wish deal will on me. And I'm gonna tell you something. The criticism and the attacks on Kyrie Irving were unjust. They were unfair. And to me, they were despicable. But everybody, what they were doing, they were just following a pattern. It was how long was a witch hunt against Kyrie Irving. And I'm going to tell you something. Him tweeting about watching the damn movie had nothing to do with that. We all know what it was really about. We all know what they were really going after Kyrie Irving for. We all know what it was really all about. It was the whole tweet thing was a smokescreen. They were looking for get back because he was marching to the beat of his own drum. And he didn't want to follow a script. He didn't want to be part of it. He wanted to be his own man. Like I said, if I'm Kyrie Irving, I would tell Stephen A. Smith to kiss for real. If Stephen A. Smith tried to congratulate me or talk to me, I would tell Stephen A. Smith when the cameras off, or as long as I don't have a hot mic, I would tell Stephen A. Smith, you can kiss my ass. You can kiss my ass. But we all know Stephen A. Smith don't have the same energy. We all know that. That's been proven. That's a fact. I'm keeping it 100. If I'm Kyrie Irving, but it won't happen. Kyrie Irving is not going to show out because even he would be within his right to say something. They will find the way to attack him. See, Kyrie, because at the end of the day, and Stephen A. Smith started this, and he admitted that he had something personal against Kyrie Irving. Like I said before, I know Kyrie Irving probably in the back of his mind, he probably want to Will Smith, Stephen A. Smith, but he know he can't do it. He know he can't do it. He know he can't. But I'm pretty sure in the back of his mind, Kyrie Irving probably thinking all kind of stuff towards these dudes. And it's kind of funny. I went back and looked because one of my subscribers told me to look. But when he was coming up on the podium to talk to Shaquille O'Neal and Charles Barkley, they had a look on their face like they thought, oh, man, I hope dude don't go off on us. But he played it off. He played it off. I will never forget how Kyrie Irving was treated as long as I live, how he was treated for those two, unfortunate situations. It was unfair. It was unjust. It was uncalled. It was not necessary for him to get treated like that. But like I said before, it's funny how everybody went after Kyrie Irving, but nobody said hardly nothing about Aaron Rodgers. Nobody said nothing about John Stockton. They strictly went after and targeted Kyrie Irving. But, I don't want to make this a politically correct video, but, Well, he getting it from us. He getting it. Listen, we all listen. I think Luka is one of them dudes. I think he will give the credit to Kyrie Irving. Because Luka know he wouldn't be where he is in a position to where he's five wins away from his first NBA championship. He knows that, and I hope he acknowledges that, and I hope he gives Kyrie Irving his flowers. When they're handing Luka Doncic the Finals MVP trophy, in all likelihood, if they get past the Boston Celtics, I hope he gives credit to Kyrie Irving or Mark Cuban. And I got to give credit to Mark Cuban. He saw what Kyrie Irving could bring to that team. And they was trying, listen, y'all, they was trying to get Kyrie Irving, out of the league. And Stephen A. Smith was praying. And that's why I won't ever respect that coon ass nigga Stephen A. Smith. He was literally praying and hoping that Kyrie Irving would be out of the league. And that says a lot about Stephen A. Smith. He ain't no different from Floyd Mayweather. So I will he outsmarted everything. So there you have it. I don't have a horse in the race as long as I see some good basketball. And finally, we could have a stream where we don't have to really talk about how the referees played a role and how this series was decided. For the most part, they did an efficient job. And I'm glad we could have a conversation talking about the series instead of talking about, oh, that call was terrible and this, So the referees didn't really play a key factor in how this series was decided. And I don't think Adam Silver made no phones. I think Adam Silver let the chips fall where they may. And just right now, Dallas is just playing better basketball than the Minnesota Timberwolves. That's it. That's all. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's the very voice in the thing. So, that's Stephen A. Smith makeup. He looked at white people money too much. Stephen A. Smith tweeted, end quote, from Stephen A. every day, I try to figure out how I can make my bosses more money and how I can get some of it. That was a quote from Stephen A. Smith. That should tell you all you need to know about him. End quote. That was from him. That came out of Stephen A. Smith's mouth. What more can you what more for you to say? Yeah, Eric, what in the quote? In the quote. If somebody tried to cave for Stephen A. Smith, Eric, that's all you got to use. Let them finish talking, making a fool of themselves, and just repeat after me. Just say, I want you to listen to this quote every day. You don't have to say nothing. I mean, that's just real talk. How can you sit up there and dispute a quote that came out of his mouth? He said that. We didn't say it, and we didn't make him say it. Well, I don't know. I don't know about. I don't know what Vegas is going to call their franchise. That's probably related to Las Vegas. It'll be something probably tied to Las Vegas, the nightlife of Las Vegas. I don't think it's going to be something. It's not going to be something mind-boggling. That's just going to have you going, ooh, But we'll know soon enough. Hey, well, listen, there you have it. There are just some things that don't have to be said. Stephen A. Smith, and the sad part about it, I remember Stephen A. Smith when he was up and coming, when he would be featured on the Best Damn Sports Show, period. That was way back then. This is when he was like in his early 30s and stuff. So, and the thing is, Stephen A. Smith, I thought Stephen A. Smith could be that guy. He was fiery. I thought he was gonna be that dude. Go. He went from being a hotep to just being a plain hoe, a hoe for money. So what more can I say? Top billing. So, you know, but anyway, you guys, be back with more later on. Appreciate you. I'm out.